Well, you can log on to usopen.org and pre-register for the U.S. Open Bracket Challenge presented by IBM. Get all the official rules. The draw is going to come out on Friday, so you got to work quick, Fred, to get that
bracketology. Got to work on it, and I think there could be some interesting brackets.
All right, well, maybe the chances of Dimitrov being advanced deeper into some folks' bracket improved this week as he brings momentum into New York.
I think that now all of a sudden when he heads to New York tomorrow, he will have a lot different belief. Winning a title like this, seeing that, okay, the guy that maybe was the dominant favorite, Fed, maybe has some back issues. Murray, you know, not the same, obviously, hasn't played since Wimbledon. Rafa hasn't won a hardcourt title since 2014, and Djokovic's not there. So if you're Grigor, right now is your time if you're going to make a move.
All right, let's put a period on the pre-U.S. Open Summer Masters Series. Zverev, the 20-year-old, breaking through last week. Dimitrov, in what's been a rarity. You're talking about a Masters final, any Masters final that doesn't have a guy who's been in a Masters final before. You got to go back 14 years for that. It's not about the big four this summer.
I mean, the French and Wimbledon, obviously we had Rafa and Fed, but the last three Masters Series titles are Zverev, Dimitrov.
Incredible. We'll hear from Grigor momentarily. He'll bring that a beautiful trophy that's actually waiting for him out here. He's doing some business on the court. We'll get his reaction on this match and looking ahead. For Kyrgios, let's put a period on his week. It was a terrific week. He played some excellent tennis. A little bit short today. Couldn't produce enough away from the serve. The serve was pretty solid except for that one game at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big turnaround week for Kyrgios, who had really been struggling up through Washington. 5 good matches, and today obviously wasn't the match that he wanted to play.
Grigor hustling up here. Congratulations. We talked, Grigor, after the semifinal. I want to start with the mental approach and the calm and the poise that you've had the last couple of days, despite being in positions that aren't really second nature. I mean, this is the coolest trophy that you won in your career. How did you produce such calm and such poise today out there?
Oh, I was so nervous since
it didn't show.
I know. I try to contain myself, but it was. I mean, one of those matches. Obviously, I knew I can beat him. I knew what I had to do, but you never know what is going to come out against you today. I mean, Nick is a great guy. I mean, I know him. Obviously, we spent quite a bit of time in the locker room together, and a couple of weeks ago, we practiced quite a few times against each other. So, I mean, he can actually strike the ball very well, and he has like quite a few tools to kind of rattle you. His serve is pretty good. So
you had a good game plan today, though, didn't you? You felt like you executed your game plan.
Yeah, for sure. But I still thought that I could have done a few things a bit better. But yeah, again, the nerves really, they were there. So I'm admitting that. But you know, in the end of the day, I was just going for it. I was like, well, you know, you're out here, you know, might as well serve.
What does it mean to you to win a Master Series title heading into New York next week?
It's, as I said, it's the big picture. So yeah, it means a lot to me. I'm pretty confident after that win. That's the case. But I mean, I'm still pretty humbled and down to earth, because this is where I've been practicing for, especially for next week, for the Open. I think this is where like my aim is already shifting out there. Of course, I'm very happy with this. I mean, it's my biggest win so far, and I'm gonna for sure enjoy it for a day or two. But after that, it's back to the routines, back to the work, and setting your head up for the Open.
You won this trophy one time, but I don't know if you get to keep that. They give you a nice replica.
I didn't get a replica like that. Definitely not.
You know, Brad talked about this is a very unique Masters. 3 of the top 10 were here, but you were the highest ranked player, I believe, in all of your matches. Not something that's always easy for players to handle. You're used to being up against these all-time legends. You get late in the tournament, maybe being the underdog. Some guys would get tight, being in the role, sensing that, boy, this title is there for the taking. Yeah. Again, if you were nervous, it didn't show much this week.
Yeah, you need to be able to turn that into something positive. I mean, I know it's when you're higher seed, you think differently, but I'm pretty okay with that, because nowadays, I mean, in a way, it doesn't really matter. Of course, it matters what seed you're gonna get, but in the same time, everybody can beat everybody. We've seen that in the previous like 1 or 2 years. There's quite a bit of, you know, shift here and there, so you can kind of be like, okay, even if I'm 10th seed, you know, you have a legitimate chance to get further in the tournament.
What defines success for you at the Open? I know it's a tough question.
At the Open?
Yeah.
Well,
is the trophy the only way?
Of course, it's always that, but you know, when it comes to the Open, anything can happen. I just like to take it one match at a time. It's best of 5 sets. I enjoy that. So
count the sets backwards.
Count the sets backwards. That's what I did. That's what I did.
21 sets. You start counting them 3 at a time, man. We learned that you're a Masters 1000 champion today, buddy.
Absolutely. A big moment for Grigor Dimitrov. Congratulations on being the champion of Cincinnati. He brings momentum to New York, and of course, we will see you along the trail at the U.S. Open Series, Connecticut Open, presented by United Technologies, and the Winston-Salem Open. Semifinal coverage beginning on ESPN2 on Friday. And we'll see you back here. Coverage of the U.S. Open, which begins a week from tomorrow in New York.